Are the uniforms at Nabisunsa Girls School indecent? Sheikh Salim Bbosa thinks so. You're watching Everything Ugandan. I am Shafiq Butanda, and here is why this conversation matters. Last week, Sheikh Salim Bbosa used his platform to question the dress code at Nabisunsa Girls School. He urged school management to change the uniform, arguing that the girls are taught by male teachers that are close to their age who could be tempted because, according to him, the uniforms expose students' thighs. He makes this claim at length, so here's a clip of what he said.
Omwana n'atuula bw'ati mu kiraasi ng'ebisambi omusomesa by'alaba olw'okubasomesa physics ng'alaba nnika y'omwana ate bennyini be bajja eno ne badduka ne bagasseeka muyambe Nabisunsa efa omwana osomesa olaba mpale ye lwaki batuuka ku level essomero lya busiraamu nga n'abali ku lukiiko basiraamu.
Now, before we go any further, there is a recurring problem that comes up every time Kibuli Secondary School or Nabisunsa Girls School trend online. Many people simply do not understand the difference between a Muslim-founded school and a Muslim or Islamic school. We saw this confusion clearly during the Kibuli prom saga, where students were heavily criticized and the school was broadly condemned. With Nabisunsa, the uniform debate resurfaces almost every year, often driven by exaggeration, hearsay, and recycled outrage. Let me clarify this plainly. A Muslim-founded school is a school that was started by Muslims but does not necessarily operate on Islamic teachings in its daily management. It mainly follows the national curriculum and admits students and staff from different religious backgrounds. A Muslim or Islamic school, on the other hand, is defined by how it operates. Islamic studies, religious discipline, prayer, and modest dress are built into the school's rules and daily life of the students and staff. A commonly cited example of a Muslim school is Bilal Islamic Secondary School, whether Kachidi or Katwe, which reportedly even has a formal religious disciplinary structure. This distinction matters because Sheikh Bbosa's argument repeatedly treats Nabisunsa as a fully Islamic school with Islamic governance, management, and obligations. By doing so, he presents his criticism as if the school is failing a religious standard it was never designed to meet in the first place. This kind of framing is misleading. Also, my main issue with Sheikh Bbosa's claim is that it is a blanket statement that paints the entire school as indecent. At no point does he say some students or isolated cases is the equivalent of one person from town B stealing and everyone from town B being labeled a thief. That kind of generalization is unfair, irresponsible, and harmful. Now let's address the actual claims as someone who has been to Nabisunsa and has had sisters study there. I believe the Sheikh is exaggerating to make his point. The uniforms he refers to extend beyond the thighs, and the school requires students to purchase new ones every single year. Thus, there is very little room for them to become short in the way that he describes. There is also the issue of professionalism, hierarchy, and procedure. Sheikh Bbosa claims that teachers approached him complaining about students' thighs and undergarments being exposed during lessons. If that is true, important questions arise. Did those teachers raise the issue with the school administration? Did they engage the students directly through school channels? And most importantly, did Sheikh Bbosa first speak to Hajat Zulaika and the Nabisunsa Girls School administration before addressing the matter publicly? If the answer to these questions is no, then this becomes less about concern and more about performance. You cannot claim you care about students while skipping every proper channel and heading straight for the microphone. This leads to also a broader concern. Social media, especially TikTok, is becoming a space where opinions are packaged as Islamic rulings. This kind of attention-driven preaching risks misleading audiences and damaging institutions without evidence or accountability. Back to the uniform itself. The Nabisunsa dress code is part of the school's identity and brand. When you see purple, mustard, green, orange, or sky blue, you immediately know it is a Nabisunsa student. The identity is established, recognizable, and intentional. Some commenters, some of you are arguing that the school uniform prevents students from practicing Islam properly. No, that claim does not hold up. The girls are not going to the mosque dressed like that. The school requires hijabs and veils during prayers, and shows are provided in the mosque to ensure full coverage. Religious practice is accommodated within the proper and appropriate spaces. There are also claims that these uniforms cause girls to dress indecently after school.
Abo be bakyala be bagenda okuwasa enkya basumba ensi n'omusajja yeegerera bwegayirizi hajjati nnyamba tofuluma ebweru n'omutwe omukalu.
There is no evidence to support this. It is a speculative and baseless argument often used to pressure the school into adopting a hijab-style uniform. How students dress outside school is influenced by many factors: family, society, personal choice, not a school uniform alone. Finally, attending Nabisunsa, Kibuli, Gayaza, Kawempe, Gombe, any school anywhere in the world is a choice. Parents and students join these schools fully aware of their dress codes, values, and culture. If Sheikh Bbosa's concern truly reflects what the will of the parents or what the parents are saying, then those parents are free to take their children elsewhere. If Nabisunsa is empty next year, the administration will be forced to rethink its policies. Until then, projecting moral panic onto a school that has been clear about its identity is both unfair and unnecessary. That is my take on the Nabisunsa uniform debate. Do you agree or disagree? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's keep the conversation respectful. This is Everything Ugandan and I am Shafiq Butanda. Bye.